operating here back in 1999, I noticed a bit of an increase in poaching activities. And that's, of course, not what we want to show visitors to our part of the world. So I went to the warden of this area, the Zambezi National Park, and said, look, there's a problem here. What are you doing about it? And he said, well, as much as I can with the limited resources, finance, equipment, manpower available to me. So I said, okay. Let me go to the private sector, other stakeholders, like safari lodges, like Ilala Lodge, Vic Falls Safari Lodge, tour operators, and say, look, you're all stakeholders. If there's no people, if there's no wildlife, there's no people going to come and sleep in your beds or go on your game drive. So put something back. And that was how it was formed.
So we, as I say, join forces for a common goal. We also work closely with the Zimbabwe Republic Police. All the scouts are vetted and special it's a fairly unique situation where the town of Vic Falls is within a national park, surprisingly called Vic Falls National Park, and surrounding that park with no fences, we have the bigger 57,000 hectares. As I said, Vic Falls is right in the middle. So we started off with 3 scouts. At the moment we've got 17 scouts. So between Clever and myself, right, so all aboard. Two people. Now those, just a word of warning, those two people sitting here, please just watch out putting anything on the seat. We're the easternmost part of the Kalahari Desert here, in much more clay soils with Mopani, and then that's where, in one of the saddles from the dunes, is where suddenly the water is coming up to the surface, and then of course you move towards the river and you've got lovely riverine, so it's quite a nice little diverse park. Now, normally I have a couple of game scouts who come with us, but sadly one of our game scouts passed away. Oh, so they are attending to the scene. We are the super predator, and when they see us, they'll choose fight or flight. And fortunately, 95% of the time they choose flight. They don't really want trouble with us. But should that rare chance happen that an animal is coming for us, just stick together. Don't two run off that way, one that way. It'd be harder for me to protect you all. Just stick together in a group and await further instructions. So again, thank you all very much for coming out this morning and giving us this opportunity, because you all sponsored this trip. It gives us this opportunity to stretch this far into the park. And now, of course, we're checking this area, so we're able to put our scouts elsewhere. So you're actively playing your part in helping us with wildlife conservation. Elephant, in particular female elephant, and lion occur here, and they could potentially pose a threat to us on foot. The big difference then on foot than in the vehicle is the animals, they're not exactly entirely sure what a vehicle is. So you can park there and some lions are sitting there and they look at you and all looks very. When you're tracking animals, sometimes you can get very confused. A lot of the tracks look similar, and this one you can see is very multi-part to many parts to his feet. And tracking is not always about looking just at the footprint. You look for other clues which will tell you which animal that is, and they're quite obvious as he's moving down. Porcupines are great trail users, they're full of those quills. So if they end up in a thicket, and that's quite hard to reverse out. So it's quite common for them to follow these big elephant trails. It's our largest rodent, and it has those 2 big front teeth, and so if you see a dig at the base of one of these Mopani trees, that's your Fortunately, that has been brushed aside and closed. So, no, actually, it looks like it's been caught around an animal, but it's broken. So you see they've stolen someone's fence here, and you can see that would have gone like that, and around the neck. As you will see, what has happened to this soft bull and a buffalo. So let's get this down. As I say, I normally have, well, the scouts we've been donated wire cutters, which makes the job easier. They carry them. Just see the kill. We've had it. Then we'll come and check here. Round there, caught in the bush, and as you can see, a horrible, horrible death. Round and round, and then it's round the neck. A buffalo female. Completely, you see, cut right in and suffocated, and then it's just ran 3 times around this bush. Okay, I'll just run past people. Yeah, this one that's too far off.
So how long do you think it's here?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah. And, yeah. Yeah, good. Can you just hold that for me so I can just get one picture for evidence?
Ew.
Well done. Yeah, so... Yeah,